This is The Poison Path Herbal by Coby Michael. It was published by Park Street Press in 2021. Absolutely love this cover design. And as the subtitle would suggest, this is your guide to baneful herbs, medicinal nightshades, and ritual entheogens. All right, let's flip it over and meet the author. So, Coby Michael is a practitioner of the poison path of occult herbalism and a cultivator of entheogenic herbs. He contributes to the pagan archives at Valdosta University, writes regularly for the House of Twigs, and maintains a blog, Poisoner's Apothecary, on Patheos Pagan. He teaches classes and online workshops on plant magic, baneful herbs, and traditional witchcraft. He lives in St. Petersburg, Florida. And if you'd like to get to know more about Coby, he was a guest on my show, so I will link that episode up here in the top right-hand corner. Okay, let's go ahead and crack the book and take a little peek inside. There are some reviews on the first page, and then we get to this big warning, danger, toxic, because yes, we are dealing with toxic plants. These are things that can kill you if you use them in the wrong way. We've got the table of contents here. This book is broken down into 3 main parts. Part 1 gives you some basic knowledge and history. It also goes over everyone's favorite topic, flying ointment. Part 2 divides the study of poisonous plants into 3 main archetypal rulers: Saturn, Venus, and Mercury. Part 3 is a little less about theory and more about practice. So let's take a look at Chapter 1 in Part 1, which is titled Basic Knowledge for the Poison Path. And this is where you're going to get a lot of science and fact to help lay the foundation for everything else that you might decide to do with this book. Coby breaks down chemicals that are commonly found inside poisonous plants, and he tells you what effect each one has. And then he talks about topics like entheogens and ethnobotany. And this is probably worth giving you just a peek at, because I'm sure almost everyone who picks up this book is interested in this. Chapter 3 is on flying ointment, and it even has some recipes to make it. Now, I'm going to jump ahead to Chapter 5, which is titled The Book of Saturn. This is in Part 2. Lots of great symbols for Saturn here, including planetary squares, sigils, and seals. He even has one of the pentacles of Solomon here. And then you've got sections on herbs that Coby groups into this Saturn archetype, or herbs of Saturn. And here's what really sets this book apart from any other resource you might find. Coby has created glyphs for some of these plants. So this is one for deadly nightshade. And if I flip a little further in the book, you can see this is one for black nightshade. And you can use these symbols to connect with the plant spirit, even if you don't have the particular plant with you physically. But if you do have the plant, the intention is that it will enhance your work. And then if I go all the way back to Part 3, which is the practical information, you will get a lot of methods for extraction, making oils and tinctures, and then there's also just a lot of extra recipes back here as well. All in all, this is an excellent resource, and I would highly recommend it to anyone that has an interest in poisonous plants or baneful herbs. I will link it in the description so you can grab a copy for yourself and then come back here and tell me what you think.